on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tommy Traveler. This is Trish Time Warp, and you've just tuned into the Time Machine Talk Show. Before we begin our show, though, we've got some special guests for you. Please give a warm welcome to our New Covenant Preschool.
Ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
We will ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
We will ring those Christmas bells so quietly,
Quietly.
We will ring those Christmas bells so quietly,
Quietly.
We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so quietly,
Quietly.
We will ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud.
Fast and loud.
We will ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud.
Fast and loud.
We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud.
Fast and loud.
Jingle, jingle, yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Today we have travelers visiting from the first century. We will begin with a teenager who created quite the scandal of her time.
Please give a warm welcome to Mary of Nazareth.
Mary, thank you for joining us today on the Time Machine Talk Show.
Thank you, Trish.
So, are those first century maternity clothes that you're sporting?
Actually, Trish, I have only recently become with child. Women of my time and faith dress in simple, loose-fitting garments.
Mary, we've learned a lot about science in the 2,000 years since you've lived, and it's pretty clear that virgin births simply don't happen. Would you like to confess something?
No, Trish, I most certainly do not. As you might imagine, I was pretty surprised myself when I realized that I was with child. But it was foretold by Isaiah in his scroll, chapter 7, verse 14, that the Lord would give us a sign when a virgin would be with child, give birth to a son, and should call him Emmanuel. It means God is with us.
We heard that you had an unexpected male visitor, Mary. Would you care to tell us about him? Was he cute?
If you mean Gabriel, an angel and messenger from God himself, then yes, I had an unexpected male visitor. And I wasn't really thinking about whether or not he was cute, as I was quite scared.
Ooh, tell us more.
As I said, I was quite frightened, but Gabriel comforted me, and he told me not to be afraid. He told me that I had found favor with God, and that I would give birth to a son, and should name him Jesus. He said that my son would be great, and that he would reign over the house of Jacob forever, and that his kingdom would never...
Back to science, Mary. Did this handsome dude, Gabriel, explain just how you were going to have a baby, well, without, you know?
He said that the Holy Spirit would come upon me and the power of the Most High would overshadow me, and that was enough explanation for me.
Mary, thank you for being on our show today. and telling us about your little escapades. We'll be hearing from your attendant in a few after these words from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Madison, and welcome to my diaper shop. My diapers are so good, even Mary uses them.
Hurry up.
I'm Baby Jesus. And I'm Baby Jesus. They can be yours today for $75 a dozen.
We're back on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Time Machine Talk Show, starring me, Trish Scheinwerf, and Tommy Traveler. Next, we'll be talking to that hot stud from the 1st century.
Please give a warm welcome to Joseph of Nazareth.
How you doing, Joseph? Good to see you. Please sit down, man. Joseph, thank you for taking the time to be on our show today. Let's get right into it. There's controversy about whether you're from Nazareth or Bethlehem. Will you shed some light on this for us?
Well, yes, I can, Tommy. Many of my people, including myself, I've been living and working in Nazareth, but we're considered to, be descendants from King David, so we're officially from Bethlehem.
Well, what difference does it make, Joseph?
Well, it's quite a big difference, because, Caesar Augustus, he's making my people pay taxes and move to our towns of origin, and it's just a lot of money on my people, and not to mention that my betrothed, she's pregnant, and it's a real discomfort to her.
I'm glad you mentioned that floozy that you're...
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to refrain from calling my betrothed a floozy. Your marriage holds no claim, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Calm down. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, if we can get back to it. So, what was
This
your
guy.
reaction?
Wow.
Okay. They're feisty out in the 1st century, I'm telling you. So back to the show. What was your reaction when you found out that she was with child?
Well, at first, I also thought that she was being unfaithful. But I quickly came to my senses and learned that what a momentous blessing that we were given, to take care of God's son, so, yeah, I felt real blessed.
Sounds more to me like she pulled the wool over your eyes.
You got a lot of jokes, man. But anyway, she didn't pull the wool over my eyes, actually. At first, I was just going to, pretend that it was a scandal and just push it aside. But you just want to know what really happened then?
Absolutely. Can't wait to hear it.
Well, I worked real hard that day. So I went to sleep.
What line of work you in, Joseph? You a gladiator, chariot driver? You look more like a vegetable seller to me.
Like I said, I don't know who hired you to do this interview with me. There's many people that would love to do this interview.
Jimmy Fallon hired me.
Okay.
That's it.
Very funny. But anyways, I went to sleep that night. And an angel appeared to me and told me that I was to take Mary up as my wife and that she was going to conceive that, the baby was, well, now, hold on. The baby, the baby was just Jesus, you see, now. And that she was, this is what, it was like, it was real momentous blessing that she was going to have this baby, so.
Okay.
So, what you're saying is Jesus basically was helping everyone?
Yeah, yeah, he was helping, yeah.
Okay.
This baby.
How?
Well, by healing and saving the world.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, isn't that a nice thing to know?
Yes, it is a nice thing to know. You're a real funny person. How much are they paying you for this? They must not be paying you much.
More than they're paying you to build sheds, okay? That's it. Well, all right. Well, Joseph, thank you for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a long way from Gastonia to Bethlehem. We'll let you get back. All right. Have a good one. We'll be right back after this from our sponsor.
And we're out.
A baby has been born in a stable in Bethlehem. He is said to be a king. It is causing quite a stir. The parents are reported to be Mary and Joseph, having just arrived in Bethlehem from Nazareth.
Those two first-century people are doing great things for our ratings. As we speak, we have field reporters looking for first-century witnesses to bring through the time machine for an interview. Oh, look, here comes one now.
Please give a warm welcome to these first-century shepherds.
Welcome, first century man. I'm Tommy Traveler. This is Trish Time Warp, and and we're glad to have you on the show today. Just introduce yourself. What do you do for a living, man?
My name is Akiva, and these are my brothers. That's Ezekiel, and this is Muhammad. Yeah, we're shepherds. We take care of our sheep all day, and we sell the wool and products made from wool.
That's great.
So how did you hear about this baby who was born?
Well, we were working in the fields when we were half scared to death. Angels of the Lord appeared to us, and God's glory was shining all around them. Now, before, if you think of us as cowards, we've seen many like wild and dangerous animals, but these angels are something else completely different.
So, sorry, I got to do this. Thank you. But it's a little better. Lemony fresh now. So, what did you do after that?
Unless you count cowering in fear, we did nothing. But the angels assured us that we didn't have to be afraid, that they brought good news that would bring great joy for all people. They said that a baby would be born in Bethlehem in a stable, who is our king.
Well, what happened after that?
Well, of course we wrote songs about it.
Okay, well, what'd you sing?
I'm glad you asked, Tommy. I think the band will play it for you.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. In ecstasies there.
Akiva, thank you for telling your story and for sharing those beautiful songs with us. Is there anything else noteworthy that you'd like to share before you go back to your sheep?
Yeah, there seemed to be a star like pinned right over where Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were staying in Bethlehem.
So you mean there was a star that wasn't normally there?
No, but you should ask the Magi about that.
Well, we'll see if we can get the Magi on the show right after this from our sponsor.
And we're out.
When you want the best work you will ever see, you can call Joseph's Carpentry. We do quality work until the job is done. We are the trusted name raising our Lord's Son. A happy customer is the key. You can count on Joseph's Carpentry.
This census season, rest in style at the Heriday Inn. Now offering free Mediterranean breakfast. Spaces fill up quickly this time of year, so send your homing pigeon now to reserve your quarters. And if we ever run out of rooms, there's always the stable.
Here at Holy Harry's Wool Store, we have wool items of all kinds.
Anything that fits your fancy.
We have wool stuffed animals, wool blankets galore, scarves, and more scarves. Plenty of socks. Can't forget about our signature cloaks. And our wool carpets are so amazing for naps. And last but not least, we have wool underwear. But those are definitely itchy. Jesus knows his sheep, and here at Holy Harry Wool Store, we know sheep too. Come today and get the perfect wool item for you at the low price of $500 per item. What are you waiting for?
We're back on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I had ordered that underwear, and I was scratching with a bat scratcher for like 3 days straight. I'm telling you. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, good news. Our reporters have managed to find the Magi that Akiva was just telling us about. We're going to bring them to you right now, straight out of Bethlehem.
Please give a round of applause to these Magi from the East.
My, aren't your robes opulent? But putting that aside, we just spoke to some shepherds that said that you could tell us about the unexpected star that hung in the sky over Bethlehem where the baby king was just born.
Well, Trish, let me say that you were wearing some interesting togs yourself, but perhaps not appropriate for my times. As you may know, many people called us Magi kings, while others called us wise men. I like to think of myself as a kind of scientist and wise man of my times.
Yeah, that's very nice. Can you please get to the point?
My colleagues and I are experts in many areas, one of which is astronomy. Many people confuse the words astronomy and astrology, saying that we make predictions from the stars, but we are bona fide experts in astronomy, meaning that we know the patterns of the stars in the skies. Well, the three of us immediately noticed that there was an extra star in the sky and plotted that it was hanging there night after night to our west. We wondered what kind of miraculous event could have caused such a thing to happen. So we gathered up our belongings along with some gifts befitting a king, hopped onto our camels, and headed west.
Did you go straight to Bethlehem?
If only we had, a lot of trouble would have been avoided. But alas, we went to Jerusalem. It's all right there in chapter 2 of Matthew's scroll. You could have saved me the trip if you'd only read it for yourself. But there are a lot of people out there who've not read their scrolls enough.
Said they were feisty. But maybe you could summarize what happened for us, preferably 1,000 words for less, please.
Why, yes, Tommy, I think I can. Well, we gathered up our belongings along with gold, myrrh, and frankincense and went to Jerusalem. We asked around for the boy king that was born and told them that we had come to worship him. King Herod and all the people in Jerusalem were disturbed by this. We sure stirred up a hornet's nest there, but we eventually learned the kiddo had been born in Bethlehem, so we hightailed it out of Jerusalem and over to Bethlehem. But right before we left, King Herod had found us and asked us when the star had first appeared. He also asked us to stop on a return trip to let him know where we found the child, because he wanted to worship him, but we didn't believe him for a second. We visited the boy king in Bethlehem, gave him gifts, and snuck home by a different route to avoid Herod.
This King Herod sounds like an interesting man. Perhaps we can get him on the show.
Yeah, but as for these guys, they've taken up enough of our time. Just get out of here. We need to go to commercial break.
But what about my song?
Song?
Have you heard, We Three Kings of...
Oh my God, no, we have had enough singing on the show today. Thank you, get out, thank you for coming, bye. Be right back after this. God, I gotta hit.
And we're out.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. $29.99. Get your stars here.
We're back on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Today we have a special treat for you on the Time Machine Talk Show. We have two people who are going to be here to debate this role of the baby king.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to King Herod.
Trish, Tommy, you may sit.
Welcome, King Herod. It's a great honor to be speaking with you today.
Yes, of course it is. What can I do for you, Trish?
King Herod, we heard, we just wanted to know how you feel about this baby that was born in Bethlehem and is rumored to be future king someday.
Trish, could you give me the precise address of this baby whom you speak?
No, King Herod, I cannot divulge his location.
I had to ask. Anyway, Trish, you asked me how I felt about the little tyke. Of course I am curious. With sons of my own, how might it be that this baby of a poor family could be king someday? I'd like to meet him and pay homage. It is important to schmooze with future leaders.
Well, some say that you wish to do this child harm.
Who said that? Tell me who it is.
There's also a rumor going around that you've ordered the death of all boy children 2 and under in Bethlehem and the surrounding areas.
Who said it? Who is your source?
My source is chapter 2 of the ancient scrolls of Matthew.
I can see my greatness will not be remembered in the good light of the future.
We have another guest who will be joining us today and who would like to ask you a few questions, King Herod. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gabriel. Gabriel, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Trish. Greetings, Herod.
Hello, Gabriel. Who exactly are you?
Gabriel, I noticed you didn't enter through the time machine.
Who exactly are you, Gabriel?
Don't get your panties in a wad, Herod. Your judgment day will come soon enough, and in that case, you might want to be a bit worried. And as to how I got here, Tommy, I'm an angel, chief angel to be exact, and I live up in heaven with God eternally. Therefore, I don't really need a time machine to time travel.
Gabriel, we invited you on the Time Machine Talk Show today to give your opinion on this baby king that was just born in the 1st century. Why did God conceive this baby at this time?
Well, as you know, Trish, as it's been previously stated on the show, it was foretold by the prophet Isaiah that there'd be a virgin with child. That was Mary, and her son would reign over David's kingdom, upholding it with justice and righteousness forever.
But what about me? I am king and I have sons who will be king after me.
Calm down, Herod. God sent his son to teach people to live and love each other, not to rule over his earthly kingdom. Your position is safe, although your soul might not be in exactly the same position after recent events that have conspired. God sent his son and sacrificed him so that the sins of his people would be forgiven and they could live with him forever.
Uh-oh, I'm out of here.
Well, Gabriel, I guess you won't be seeing Herod in the afterlife, huh?
Well, Tommy, that's between Herod and God. You might want to be a bit concerned about yourself as well, though.
What you mean by that?
On that note, I best be going. I got some angel business to tend to.
Give the man a halo, he gets a real big head, I'm telling you. Well, there you have it. If you read your Bibles, you'll find that Jesus and his family were able to escape before Herod and his men could find them. Mary and Joseph, they did a great job raising him.
He fulfilled his mission on earth in his early 30s and now sits at the right hand of Father God the Almighty. Thank you for watching our show today, and after these final words from our sponsors, we'd ask you to join us with singing with the band.
Are you tired of the era you're living in? Well, I can fix it with the time machine.
Well, for 36 easy payments of $1 million each, it could be yours. So buy it today. I'm listening.
How about we travel to another time era? What about First Christmas?
And this is baby Jesus.
Is this really Jesus?
Ready? Let's get a picture.
With the time machine, you can visit the first Christmas and many other places, and even meet your very own baby Jesus. Point your finger out, Jesus. Order